Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today's video, as you can see from the title, is going to be combining 3 of my most asked questions into one video. So how I do my brows, my updated skincare routine, and my spring makeup routine. So I thought I'd give you a triple whammy because to do my brows, I do my skincare, to do my skincare, I do my makeup, and I basically do the whole thing together. So I thought I'd have a little chat, sit down, do my makeup this morning, and just talk you through everything. So hopefully you enjoy the video, guys. If you want to see how I do my everyday makeup, keep watching. Fresh faced, the hair is back, and I'm going to talk you through my skincare and makeup routine. So first step is actually something quite new to my routine and something that's a little bit odd, but I recently, launching it across the room, I recently got one of the little ice rollers, and these are so good. This is a glow cube that I got on Amazon, and you basically have the little lid on, and then it's got a hole in the top, fill it up with water, and it's like this, and you basically use it all over your face, and it just obviously uses the ice to like brighten your face. It looks more kind of, I personally think it makes your skin look a bit plumper, more full, more glowy, and it also just helps the skincare and makeup to go on a little bit easier. So what I do is kind of start under my eyes. It is really cold, I'm not gonna lie, and I just kind of like rub it on my face really lightly. So I don't do too hard or anything, I just really lightly go over my whole face. It is so cold. I started doing this in winter, and honestly, it was not my favourite thing to do. Okay, I'm just going to dab off any excess. But the good thing about these is you only really need to do the ice block every few weeks because it does last quite a while. And I think I've used it about 4 or 5 times now, and you can see it's just kind of gone on an angle where I've been using it, but it does last, so it's really handy. And it's not exactly the biggest thing to put in your freezer either, it's just quite nice and small, so it's very good to have. Next up is my serum. So my face serum at the moment is the C Firmer Fresh from Drunk Elephant, and Drunk Elephant is one of my favourite brands. They're so good. Every product I've ever used has just felt really nice, really fresh, and really kind of revitalising for my skin. So I highly recommend if you are on the market for some really good quality products. They are a little bit more expensive than your typical high street brands, but I find the ingredients are really good, so I just personally really enjoy them. So I've been using this one in the day, and then they also have a night serum, which is the TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum. So that's what I use of an evening, and then I use the day one kind of during the day. And I quite like that it's got the twisty lid as well, so it's just a lot easier to package and keep away and everything. After serum, I go in with an SPF. I've just got La Roche-Posay 30. You should use an SPF every single day on your skin. I did have a 50 before, but I've got a 30 currently because, I don't know, just preference. But I do typically put SPF on every single day, even if I'm not putting any makeup on. Even if it's cloudy and even if you're sat inside, you need to be protecting your skin from the sun rays. So that goes on every single day. These are my 2 favourite ones. So I've just finished this Beauty Pie one, which is the Featherlight. This one is really, really good, but I equally like this. I wouldn't really say there's a preference between the 2. The La Roche-Posay one I've used longer, and I personally find it easier to store because it's just a little bit thinner and it fits in my makeup bag, but both of them are really fab. And then the final face bit is the Pretini Polypeptide Cream Moisturizer from Drunk Elephant. This one, again, I really like because of the ease. So you just push this down and it dispenses the perfect amount of product for you to put on your face. And then last but not least is the Tango Multivitamin Eye Cream, which is just a really nice eye cream that I put on day and night, and it just helps to give that little brightening under the eyes. And then I'm just going in with my Lash and Brow Enhancer from Hairburst just through my brows, because my brows get a little bit dry from my laminations and I'm trying to get them a little bit thicker at the moment. So this is a really good way to do that. And then for my lashes, I'm just going in with Rapid Lash, which is a really inexpensive product from Amazon that just helps with lash growth. You could use this one for your lashes as well, but I just personally prefer this one because you put it along the lash line, and I've used it for years and it works really well. I do also have Revitalash that is equally as good, but Revitalash is a little bit more expensive. So sometimes I kind of flip between the 2. I do Revitalash for a month, and then I do like 3 months of this, and then Revitalash again, etc. But it just helps to grow your lashes and keep them really long and beautiful. But that's my base, so nice and simple. For my makeup, I keep it very, very simple. I have a very no fuss, natural, simple, easy face. Is that even a thing? But I've got the exact same routine I've had for years. I maybe have added or changed a couple of bits here and there, but I like to keep it really simple, and I just think if it works, I'm not going to change it. Sometimes I add a bit of eyeshadow, sometimes I don't. Like, I keep it very simple, and these are the products that I have used on and off for years. Some of them are a bit newer, but for the most part, these are things that I've had for a really long time. So I'm going to talk you through everything that I do in the order that I do it. Obviously I'm doing my makeup on camera, having a little chat this morning before I get ready for a day of filming. The first thing I do is my brows, which I know might surprise you. I do my brows first, then my base, and then my eyes, because I don't do any like elaborate eyeshadow or anything, and I'm not a makeup person. I just do my makeup like a normal person. Like there's no secrets here. So for my brows, as I showed you, I go in with the lash enhancer first, and then just give them a little brush through so they're kind of sticking up a little bit. I do get them laminated every 6 weeks, which helps to keep them up, but the product that I use that really does help to like stick them up every day is the Refi Beauty Brow Sculpt, although I have recently started using soap brow as well and really like this. So these are the two that I change between. On days when I'm doing a full face and I'm like filming and stuff, I tend to use this, but if it's like a more everyday makeup and I'm not as like needing something to be really set and everything, then I go in with soap brow. So I just brush this through my brows, and it's kind of like a glue almost. It's really thick and like a little bit gooey, but it does work wonders for holding your brows in place, and it's also a super quick and easy way to just make them look freshly laminated every day. So I'm just going to brush that through, and then on the opposite end of the product there's a little double brush. So you've got like a really fine brush and you've got the thicker one here. I tend to just use the thicker one, and what I do is I kind of like push them up so that they get flattened, and then obviously they spread out with the product. So I don't know if you can see, but I just kind of push them up. You can kind of see the bald bit now, which we're going to cover in a minute, but that's just where I need to hydrate them a little bit more here. My eyebrows are slightly different shapes, which I think everyone's are, so I do tend to have to like adjust them a little bit, but the beauty of this is it sets them, but you can still like move them around a little bit and just get the desired shape that you want. And the reason I do this before my makeup is because when you use this to like push the brows around, where it's like quite a gluey consistency, it can get stuck in your makeup here. So I just do it before there's any makeup on my face, and then I don't have to worry, and then I can kind of just like wipe off any residue. The evolution of the brow always makes me laugh so much. I was going through old pictures with friends the other day, and we were laughing at how our brows have changed over the last few years, because it's so funny, like the pictures when we were 18 and used to go on nights out and stuff, our brows are just like non-existent. And then all of a sudden they get like really thick and dark, and we had that like scouse brow era, and then they got really like refined again and very natural, and now you've got the lamination. Like there's so many stages of brow, it's mental. Next we're going in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. I've got the shade 2W, and I just find this to be the best coverage and also the best match for my skin. So I just pop this on all of my problem areas. So under my eyes, I put some here just to cover up any redness, because I tend to get a little bit red in my T-zone, and then I just go around the sides of my nose to get rid of the redness there, and under my eyes. And I also have quite bad dark circles at the moment. I think it's a sign of aging, I'll be honest. So I just typically like brush it across my lid as well. Aging is just one of those things that you kind of have to get used to. As much as none of us want to age, we know we're going to, so you just have to kind of grin and bear certain things like that. Do you know what though? I know I don't even really like, okay, I do see it, but I like the way my face looks. Like I look at pictures of me like even 5 years ago, and I'm like, God, I look like a child. And now I'm like, okay, I look like me. And I think it's weird. I don't know, I've recently come to, I'd say in the last like 6 months, I've really learned how to love myself, and I'm just looking at myself very differently now, which is a really good thing, because I think it's really important to get to that point, and it's took me nearly 30 years to get there, but here we are. Next we're going in with the All Hours YSL foundation, and I've got the shade B20. This one is quite light, which I really enjoy, so great for the spring months because it's just not too heavy, and the actual foundation is just really easy to glide on your skin. It's like really soft and satiny, which is beautiful. And this is like my transition foundation. In summer, I exclusively use the Beauty Pie Tinted Moisturizer. So it's called the, I think it's just called the Tinted Moisturizer, but it might be called like the Glow or something. That's a really fab one. And then in winter, I use Estee Lauder Double Wear because I want a bit more coverage. And then this is a good like in between. So this is kind of like my autumn, springtime foundation. Can we tell I'm just not someone who should do beauty videos? There's a reason you don't get beauty content, guys. But I thought I'd give you one today because I get asked a lot about my skincare and my makeup and my eyebrows. So I thought I'd just combine it all in one video and share it with whoever wants to know about any of those things. Can you see what I mean about the foundation now? It's covered, but you can still see like my bigger freckles and stuff through, which I like because then it just kind of gives that slightly more natural appearance. So it's very like light to medium coverage, which is great. And I just think it feels really nice. Like it feels like I'm not wearing foundation. And if a product can do that, amazing. Like that's the product for me. I have got foundation lips going on, but we'll sort that we'll sort that later on. Then for contour, I'm just going in with my little L'Oreal Doppler Booper. This is the, oh God, I think it's called the Infallible Eraser. I would tell you what shade this is, but it's completely rubbed off, so I have no idea. But this is a really good one for contouring. I just find it a really nice shade, and it just warms up my skin a little bit. The YSL foundation is a warm tone, on purpose as well, so that I can wear it when I'm not really fake tanned, because I find sometimes my face looks a lot darker than the rest of me if I'm not tanned. So I purposefully get a really light foundation, and then I can just build it up with contour and bronzer to make it match. I can't remember a time before contour. I feel like we've done it forever, but I know the Kardashians kind of put it on the map, but aren't we glad they did? Because it's just the best thing ever. Like, it just helps to kind of exaggerate features and all that kind of thing, especially along your jawline. I find the jawline is the one place that I really enjoy the difference. Like, it kind of just helps to give that little shadow and make it look a bit more like there, I don't know. Next up, we're going in with some blush, the Refi, I don't know how you say it, but I've got the blush in Rose, and I just literally get my ring finger, dip it in, and then just pop it on the apples of my cheeks and blend it up my collarbone. My collarbone? My cheekbone. My cheekbone. This is what I mean, guys. I'm not a beauty guru, but that just helps to kind of soften it and give it a more kind of natural little pink to my cheeks. Then for my highlight, again, a Refi product. This one is in the shade, I believe, oh, I don't know what the shade of this one is because there's no shade on the packaging, but it's a really beautiful colour. It's kind of like a nice warm gold. Can you see that? It's just like a really nice golden highlight. And then again with my finger, I just dab it onto the tops of my cheekbones and up to my temples a little bit, just for a little bit of a glow. Just kind of brightens your skin a little bit and gives you that nice little bit of something. And then I also do a little dot on my nose and drag that up, and then across my Cupid's bow as well, just a really tiny little bit to give my Cupid's bow a little shape. Then for my bronzer, I'm going in with some Hoola. This is just the most classic bronze ever, but I really like the brush and I really like the colour of the Hoola. I think it's just a really soft shade. So I'm gonna go on both cheekbones with that, and then I just kind of dust it along here as well, just to kind of define my jaw, especially when I'm filming, because I just find that it picks up way nicer on camera and stuff when I've got, like, I don't know, I think it's like a comfort blanket thing, but I just really like the way it defines my jaw, and yeah, I don't know, I like it. But that's my base. Now for my eyes. My Lash secret weapon is a primer, and if you don't use one, you should consider, because this is basically a primer that is white. It goes on your eyelashes and it just helps to kind of thicken them up a little bit, and it helps mascara to just look a little bit better when you put it on. And I've used this for years. I don't even know how I came across it, but it just makes my eyelashes look so much longer, so much thicker, and it helps to take the product off as well. Like, it's a lot easier to get your mascara off when you've used a primer. But basically, you pop it on, leave it for a couple of minutes, let it dry out a little bit, and then go in with your normal mascara. It does kind of make me look like I've been in the snow, but it's fine, it works. And then for my eyebrows, I'm going in with the NYX Lift and Sculpt in the shade Espresso. And what I do is basically start in the middle and just flick up. So this is like a little felt tip pen, and it almost makes like lines that look like brow hairs. So it's really good for just thickening out any patches you've got, or just kind of making them look a bit fuller. And where it's a brush, it just almost looks like you've got slightly more hairs. But I do a couple that look a little bit thicker. Do you see what I mean? So just filling it in with the pen helps it to have that more structured shape and just fill it in, whereas this is like the one that's not done. So do you see what I mean? It just kind of gives them a little bit more life. I've used a range of brow products recently that I really like, and this is one of the favourites. I've also tried the, what's it called, Bushy Brow from Lime Crime, which I love. I've tried Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pen, also love. I just found that it ran out really quickly. And the Rimmel brow pen as well. I kind of flip between them, because I find sometimes where I have done my foundation and then go in with the brow product, sometimes it gets on the pen and it just makes the pen a bit, you know how like when you use a felt tip on certain textures and it just doesn't really like you anymore? It's kind of like that. It just dries it up a little bit. And then, right, one thing I'm gonna go through is this little bit here. So I don't know if you can see, but on this brow, there's like a little bit here where the hairs are really thin, and I just fill it in and make it look like there's hairs when there's not. I don't know if you can really tell what I mean by when I do my brows, but I fill them in to the point where they look like there's loads of hairs. And if they do tend to look a bit too done, I just brush through with a little eyebrow brush and they look really nice. So that's basically how I do my brows, and then we're nearly done. So mascara, I'm using the Falsies Lash Lift, which is again a favourite of mine. I do get it absolutely everywhere when I put my mascara on, so bear with. I will get a little cotton bud out in a minute to just mop up any spillages. I really enjoy this one. I think it's really nice because it doesn't give too much product, so you get that really nice, slightly thicker mascara, but still keeping the more defined lash look, which is exactly what you want. And I don't like when they're really long but really thin, but I equally don't like when they're really thick and really short. So this is a good like middle ground for me, and one that I just really enjoy. And I just really like it as a mascara. My lashes are a bit stubbly at the moment because they seem to just be falling out. I don't know what it is. My lashes and my brows recently are almost going through like a regeneration phase, and I keep losing lashes and brows really quickly. Okay, that's my mascara done. If I think it needs it, I do sometimes go over with a second coating just to give a little bit more body and volume to any little shorties. And then for eyeliner in spring and like autumn kind of times, I love using a brown because I find that black can look quite harsh, and where I've got green eyes, the brown just really helps to bring out the colour of my eyes. So I've been using the L'Oreal Matte Signature, and this is just in the shade brown, and I've also been using Roller Lash, which is a little bit lighter. That one is actually lost currently. I don't know where it is. I think it's in a makeup bag or like a handbag or something. So I've been using this one a lot more, but this is kind of like a little felt tip pen again. And it's really nice for just getting that guided shape. And this one's a good dark brown, so it's nearly black, but it's still got the hint of brown, which is so nice if you're trying to transition into slightly different shades, or you find black really harsh, because I know a lot of people do. So I've really enjoyed using this one recently because I just think it gives that perfect shade. Lesson learned, don't try and talk while you're doing eyeliner. Okay, so I just do the bottom line and then drag it across and finish it off. Like so. Very nice and quick and simple. And then last but not least is my lips, which is probably, alongside my eyebrows and my eyeliner, one of my most asked questions, and it's like my little holy grail. I discovered this combination by accident and I've been obsessed with it ever since, and I genuinely use this every single day. And it's a winning combination because it's the perfect nude shade for my lips that just gives it like that little warm colour without it being too pink, because I find that typical nudes can really wash me out because the colour's a bit too cold. I need that nice warm tone, and this is my holy grail. I buy so many of these because I'm worried they're going to discontinue it. This is Penelope Pink by Charlotte Tilbury, and it is my everyday go-to shade. I get these for every birthday and Christmas from James or family members because they know that I live in this lipstick, and it's just the best thing ever. So it's got a really nice kind of the perfect peachy nude, and I love it. I really need to go and ask if they have a matching lip liner that goes with it. But I personally prefer this to Pillow Talk. And I know that's controversial because everyone loves a bit of Pillow Talk, but Penelope Pink's got my heart. I just love it as a shade. And then to top it off, Lip Injection Extreme from Too Faced. This is the clear one, but it's kind of tainted with the lipstick now because I use it together all the time. I just put a little bit over the top. I don't use much of it, but it just gives a really nice sheen. Can we just take a moment? I'm obsessed. I actually lost this for a while and I was really upset, and now I found it again and I'm living life. It stays on the hallway table so I don't lose it, but winning combo. But that's my everyday makeup, guys. This is what I do. This is my everyday face, my everyday hair, my everyday skincare. This is what I look like. But I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to leave me a comment and tell me your holy grail makeup product, because I'm really intrigued what other people use as a holy grail, because I think everyone's got like their favorite products, and I love knowing what other people's are because it gives you new things to try out. So let me know anything that you've been particularly loving, if there's anything I should try, and hopefully you've got some inspo of how to do your brows or eyeliner or products that you might change to because you like the sound of them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more from me, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.